And hello guys, and this is the FF1 today, and today we're going to be doing another video, and this is the start of career mode. Now this I've already done all this so we can just get into the action really quick. So we're choosing Renault and our teammate is Nico Hulkenberg. AI 90%, but by now I've probably increased it to about 95, so it's a little bit more harder because I was just starting by then, so you know I wasn't a professional. So let's go and speak to our agent.
Yes, and I respect that, but my client has a championship to contest, so if you want our participation, I'm afraid the concessions are mandatory. Yes, that's fine. Get back to me when you can. Goodbye. No one ever just signs the contract. Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice. I just needed to cover a couple of quick things with you before you race. Firstly, as requested, there's a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards. You're second driver for now, but work hard, hit your targets, and I'll be able to sweeten the deal. I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. Plus, you'll get to drive some nice historic cars. Now then, go get ready for the next session, and good luck.
So now we're speaking to our agent. So we're welcome to Renault, but if we don't do well, if we get in the red parts of our the team's expectations, then we'll be fired. So just having a quick look around the hospitality suite. So we can't do upgrades quite yet. After FP2 then we can. So now let's go into FP1. So here I just loaded my setup, I think. Yeah, I did. So I think I might go through it. I don't know if I did, but no, I didn't. But let's go onto the screen, go onto the track, acclimatization, soft tires, 3 laps recommended, flying lap. Let's get on with it. So here we are on our flying lap, just testing the car. I haven't been on the game for a little bit, so just need to, you know, get my hands ready. So as you can see, it shows I haven't been on the game. They're going on the curb too much and going on the grass, and also they're hopping the curb a lot. So here we go through the final corner, having a bit of oversteer, opening the DRS, going down this straight. So we started the track acclimatization now, braking at the 100-meter board, going through the gates, clipping the apex there, going through the gates again, going through the gate and opening DRS. So now we're going to skip onto the end of our track acclimatization lap for the first lap, and it went pretty good. I only got a few reds, as you can see in the top. Yeah, I only got a few reds, so I don't think I did too bad actually for one of my first times. So got the purple last everything. So here we are on the run up to the line, over 3-4-5 points. So it's a good lap and a good try. But here we are, going purple, most of them except from one that's red. Going green there, just going through this corner, clipping the apex a little bit too much and putting the throttle down too much and crashing there. As you can see, the suspension's flying off with the front wing all the way there. So we had to retire from the session. So I don't know where we finished for this session. I think we finished P20. I think we so. But as you can see, my driver is not happy, and in real life I'm not happy. So we're just gonna go straight to visit our race engineer. Not race engineer, but our, well, I don't even know. I'll say it afterwards.
You got my message. Perfect. Welcome to home away from home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through here. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. To that end, sorry, just a sec. Yeah, Chris, is this important? I'm in the middle of something. Okay. Right. Well, that makes no sense. Have Sarah reset the simulation and run it again. Okay. Sorry about that. As I was saying, we've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data we've collected over the weekend and through the practice programs. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good. Sometimes tests fail, like you've seen just now. And when that happens, we have to divert additional resources to fix it. C'est la vie, I'm afraid.
So, we've got 250,000 resource points, so we're gonna spend them right now. So when I was driving, I felt a lack of power and aerodynamics the most. Chassis would come last. It's quite good, the chassis, but aerodynamics and engines were the most. So upgraded the engine power and then upgraded the aerodynamics. So these are both coming in Bahrain. So I haven't done Bahrain yet. I've done China, but I haven't uploaded it yet. So I'm still editing it. So here we are going on to the FP3. And we're doing the tire management. So we're now flying lap. Here we are. Starting. Now the tire management isn't one of my best things, really. As you'll probably see soon, it's not one of my strong points in the practice program. So I kind of struggle with the tire wear. I can probably get in green, but purple is going to be really hard because I'm not that good at tire saving. But I can tire save in the race really good, but not during programs when the pressure is even more on you. So here we're going through the first corner, going to the red already, but staying in the green fairly well. So as we go into this braking zone, braking, and we skip to the final sector, and we're in the red. We have a little bit of tank slapper and hit the wall brake, our right front wing. So I aborted that lap. That lap was long gone, especially with the time gone, front wing, tires. So just went into the pits. So here we are. We're going on to fuel saving, but now we have to repair our wing. But so guys, I haven't told you this yet, but I've got a sore throat at the moment. So as you can hear, my voice isn't like, as projecty as possible. So please forgive me for not speaking as usual. So here we are on a flying lap for our fuel saving. Now I like fuel saving actually. It's quite hard and hard. It's medium really. It's good to fuel save, but at the same time sometimes it slows you down during a race. So this fuel saving program, I like it, but when you're doing the program, it's more harder than in the race. So here we are on the third sector. Skip to it. We're doing quite well. We're in the middle of the green, so short shifting up into 6th gear, getting on the throttle early, using DRS, and I do get into the purple. If you don't notice, I lift off and just about get into the purple. So we get a good amount of resource points there. So I was quite happy about that. So here we go, trying the tire management again. That's why I used the first set of super softs before when I used for the tire management first time. I used them again because the fuel saving is quite easy. So here we are trying the tire management again, going through the first corner, clipping the apex, already going red, having a bit of oversteer, and now we skip onto the middle sector and we lose a lot of time going on the curb and a lot of momentum, and also the tire wear just goes. So I chose to return to the garage and just go for qualifying pace. I think I went for qualifying. pace. No, I ended the session actually. Yeah, ended the session. So in FP3, I'll be doing the qualifying pace, and hopefully I'll get to the race strategy program. So finished in 18th there, which is okay, to be honest. Yes, we didn't get that much laps in. So here we are going on to the laptop. Moving to the... No, we didn't actually move. We just gone straight to FP3 actually. So here we are on the qualifying pace, flying lap. So it's a good start. So here we are down the main straight, pit straight, meant to say. Opening the DRS, shifting up into 8th gear now. Braking after the 100 meter board, clipping the apex, 5th gear, going nice and flat out through there. Putting on the DRS again, going flat out up into 8th gear, braking at the black box, going down the 3rd gear, turning at a 90-degree angle, short shifting up into 4th, clipping the apex there. And we have a little bit of oversteer, but we managed to control it. And also we have a little bit of tank slapper there, but we managed to control that as well. So here we are skipping on to the end of the lap. That was a pure corner cut, but I don't know why they can't call any of those a corner cut, but I didn't really care that much. So here we are, braking just off the 100 meter board. Too late actually, and then we go on the grass and have a bit of oversteer, and it causes our car to just oversteer crazy. So I couldn't manage that. It was a little bit too hard to control. Only if I let off the throttle a little bit, then I probably would have caught it in time. But we have a little bit of damage to the chassis. So here we are going straight into FP3, not even FP3, Q1 actually. Didn't even get any time really to even do at least the first lap. So it's going to be quite difficult, well maybe easy actually, to get into the top 15, so since my pace has been looking good all this weekend. So here we are going into this corner, braking at the black box, going wide, short shifting up into 4th. Here we are in sector 3, braking in the middle, taking this corner better than in the qualifying pace. Moving, turning just after we see the black box, braking just before the 50 meter board, shifting down to 3rd, short shift up to 4th, and then take the corner really good, to be honest, going as wide as possible, putting on the DRS, shifting up into 7th and 8th. So I think that was a 126. Yep, a 126. So it was a really good lap, really. 126.869. I think that was my best lap out of the whole weekend. I don't know if my Q2 lap was faster, but just finished behind our teammate there, but nothing to really worry about since we're going into Q2. So here we are, selecting our, trying to change our tires. So lowering the fuel, and I think we go back again. No, yeah, we do go back again actually. To change something, I was looking at the tire selection. and then I went to go and choose the one I did for Q1. I'm sure I chose it, or did I? But anyway. As I'm excusing my throat. So as we leave the tablet and try to go out again, yep, we do go out this time. I think so. Yep, we do. So here we are on a flying lap, starting just under that white I don't even know what they call it, but so we skip all the way onto back to sector 3, so taking the corner really nicely, clipping the apex, not going on the outside apex, turning after the black box, hitting that apex there, and just braking before the 50 meter board. I think this lap might have been one of the best lap out of the whole weekend. We'll see in a minute. But going down the straight, putting on the DRS. Let me see the lap. 126.602. I think so. I think that was my fastest lap out of the whole... Yeah, that was my fastest lap out of the whole weekend. So I was quite happy about that. So here we are going to fast forward the time. Well, now, but in a minute. But I think I changed the tires. I don't think actually. I changed it there. Then I went. And then I realized I should... And then I thought I should keep on the other set of the tires. Which I shouldn't have done actually. Because I need the other set for to get a better lap time. Actually, no. Actually, I didn't change it, to be honest. Actually, there. So as you can see, yep, 126.602 put me in third place for now. But in the second, I'll probably move down to P9. As we can see, yep, moving down, and there we are, P9, not moving any further. So the 2 minutes remaining. So I didn't know that the AI don't go quick around the lap. I didn't know that they go this slow around the lap. I thought, you know, they just he also said, he didn't say inefficient time, so I thought I would have enough time. But as you can see, there's only about 10 seconds remaining, and there's 2 corners and a quite good straight to go, so I didn't have enough time. So as you can see, I couldn't do my Q2 final lap, but it doesn't even matter that much because I still get into a top 10, so 9th place for me. So I'll be starting on the not fresh sets actually, the ultra softs I used for 1 lap, so not really anything wrong. Fortunately I didn't change onto those tires, so if I did, then I probably would have been dead really, because I would be starting on very, very scrubbed tires. So I think I used the ones I used for Q2. Yes, Q2. I started off with these ones, the ones I didn't get to use properly. So here we are starting the lap, getting a very good exit out of the corner, putting it up in max mixture, going through the first corner, braking at the 100 meter ball, clipping the apex, 5th gear, flat out through this left-hander. Then we skip up to the final penultimate corner, so onto this penultimate corner, coming on the sand a little bit. Doesn't really make that much of a difference, shows how much I'm pushing to get a good lap, but I'm kind of making a mistake at the final corner and lose about 6/10 onto the line. So this was a 127.9920. So as you can see, confirmation there. So even my Q2 lap was faster than this, so I knew I could do a faster lap. So I changed the tires, or I did change the tires. I haven't showed it now, but went out to drive out since I didn't trust the AI this time because I didn't want to make a mistake like last time. So here we are coming out of the pits and going onto the start of the lap. So I think I'm going to show you the whole lap. So here we are, braking at the 100 meter board, going through this corner, going really good through there, up into 6th, DRS, 7th gear now, about quite a margin ahead of the other time. So braking at the black box, going into 3rd gear, clipping the apex, but getting a bit of oversteer and even more there, and then we were up by a second or so, and then now we've lost it just because of that little bit of oversteer. And I thought there was no way I could get that time back, especially with these tires that have been on the grass and sand. So I just retired from the session. There was no point carrying on, so that was the end of my qualifying session, and I start in P10 because I was in P10 before I went out, so there was no way nobody could have got below me unless they had a penalty. But yeah, 1 second, literally 1 second behind Alonso, so quite a margin there. So collecting the resource points, valid Q3. So here we are. Oh, come on, hurry up. So here we are with our rival. If you didn't know, our rival was Nico Hulkenberg. So I said Hulkenberg actually, Nico Hulkenberg. So we're doing well actually in the team approval. So let's listen to Emma.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
So she sent us our race goal. So session 11th, beat Hulkenberg, and the championship 11th. So I'm starting ahead of 11th, so hopefully I can do good. So looking at our laptop, so nothing to change in the power unit there. So just looking at everything, double checking everything's alright. So now let's go to the race. So here we are. the race strategy. So we meddled with the strategy like for a minute or so, tried to see if I could do a one-stop strategy, but I don't think I could. So, and I wanted to switch it up and stuff, see if I could use 2 ultra softs and 1 super soft, but I would have to use 2 ultra softs and 1 soft tire, so it would be quite risky there. So I accidentally there added the stint 4, so I thought, well, let me just revert the strategy to the original one. I was like, I should have done that ages ago, I should have left it. So the strategy is really good there. So I upped the fuel a little bit to 31 laps, since I need it for a little bit of defending and burning there. So let's go on to the formation lap. So as we start the formation lap, holding the clutch, revving the car out, not going yet, wait until Perez ahead goes and Alonso, and off we go for the start of the formation lap. So we had a little bit of incident here. I was weaving the car, Alonso got in my way, and then he brake checked me there, and then I was going there, and then he came back and turned in my path and brake checked me again, and then we're both removed from the formation lap. So I was quite angry that I was like, Sonny, what are you doing, bruv? So I was kind of mad, but at the same time I didn't really mind, since we were literally a few corners away from the end of the formation lap, so it wasn't that much of a big deal. And as you can see there, the cars are only just coming, so it really didn't matter that much that sorry, my throat keeps on interrupting. But now we're going to skip onto the race right now. So holding the clutch, reaching optimal revs, so 5 red lights, and away we go for the first race in our career mode, getting a decent start, having a bit of oversteer there, but turning to the inside, putting up into Rich Mix, turning into the inside of Alonso, going down the inside of Perez and Alonso, holding it there, having a bit of oversteer, correcting it there, keeping it in Rich Mix there, taking the slipstream from Ocon, looking at the board there, braking at the black box, turning into the apex, and short shifting up into 4th. Take this corner really fast, as fast as possible, so nobody could go side by side with us, and that was a great start from us. So nothing really happened for the next couple of laps. So here we are on lap 6, and I didn't want to go to lap 7 because my tyres didn't really feel that good. So I just wanted to get the undercut on Ocon, but Ocon came in on the same lap as me, so I knew we were on the same strategy. So broke for the pit lane limiter. Ocon goes into his box there, while I go into my box right now, holding the clutch a little bit too early. I didn't reach the optimal ref, so normally and then I look behind, then Ocon was in front of me, so I was really angry about that. So put the pit limiter off really quick, shifted up into as many gears as possible, braking as late as Ocon did, getting a better entry and exit than Ocon. Even though Ocon gets DRS and I don't, I still get on his back, and putting up into Richards, braking at the 100-meter board, going down into 3rd, short shifting up into 4th there. He's still side by side with us, giving him enough room on the inside. He's still there, and I give him still enough room there so he can stay with me. And his teammate Perez pitted before us, so he did a quite good undercut, especially when he was behind us. So now this is the encounter with traffic a bit. So they don't really need to move, because even though we're not in the same race, but they're still in front of us on track position. So we still have to make the effort to overtake them. So as you can see, he's going really slow through them corners. I even had to brake through a flat out corner, so that's how slow he was going. So I put it up into Rich Mix, take a slipstream, turn back onto the inside, more short land speed, braking at the 100-meter board, shifting down to 4th and overtaking him quite easy. So that was a good overtake. Now Ocon has him to deal with. So, and then this also happened. I was going through this corner, broke at the right time, then turned in too early, and I got a 3-second time penalty. That put me off a little bit, so I was quite angry with myself. So now, even though it seems that we're still on the same lap, we're skipping now onto lap 9. Now we're taking Ericsson like we did with his teammate, easy overtake, and soon we're going on to some more other cars. So now we're on Van Dorn, Ocon seems quite far ahead, so far behind. So here we go through this corner, getting quite a decent exit, especially with the dirty air. But Ocon isn't really that far behind, but he's about 2 seconds. So I was trying to push as hard as I can, braking just after the 100-meter board, going down to 4th. I think a little bit of contact there. Van Dorn gets a little bit flustered, so there was a little bit of a problem with that overtake. But here we are on Stroll, putting on the DRS. Stroll goes defensive. I didn't need to go into the tuck-in mode because it looked easy, and I broke and turned as if nobody was even on my inside, or I was even overtaking somebody. It's like normal straight. So he won to our teammate. And also, if you didn't realise, Ricardo is in front of us there, so he jumped everyone, even though he was on the same tyres as us, and he technically did the overcut. So I was quite amazed by that, because normally it would be the undercut that works better. So overtaking our teammate quite easily. Fortunately, I tried to give him as much slipstream as possible so then he could stay with me and defend from Ocon, but Ocon gets past quite easily and do the same thing. We'll get a warning for corner cutting again. So again, quite naughty with these corner cutting. So here we are gaining on Daniel Kvyat, going through this corner quite nicely, but I tried to move, but I thought too risky there. I didn't want to chip some of my front wing off, as you probably could see a little bit later, but didn't get a good exit. Now Ocon's on the back of us now, but not far behind, so we did get DRS. So here we are, braking at the 100-meter board, going not the 100-meter board, but after it, go too fast through the corner, braking as much as possible to stop going into the wall, but we do, and brake our front left wing. So I was quite angry that I made a big mistake like that, but at the same time I wasn't that angry because I knew this was my stop, like around the pit window for me, so I knew it wasn't going to be that bad. So here we are going through this corner, and then the throttle just comes bunging up and breaks even more of this time my front right wing. Now it's gone yellow, so it's even more of a struggle to get back to the pit stop, to the pits. So clipping the apex quite well, braking at the 100-meter board, so not that much of a difference, but still going slowly. Then Ocon's teammate, comes, smacks me, and then breaks even more my front wing, and then brake checks me through the chicane. I was like, bro, you don't do this to people. And it's like, he just brake checked me in front of a double chicane, so, or not even a double chicane, or the chicane. So now I have to trample back to the pits, quite worn tyres, and also a massive damage to the front wing. So I wasn't happy with what happened and what the others did, and then I got another 3-second time penalty. So me and time penalties aren't going too well today. So braking at a good time for the pit limiter. So going into our box, as you can see, that's Van Dorn behind us. He's probably going on to mediums now, so he could go to the end of this race. So there they are, changing our wing. I think our teammate came in just in front of us, I don't know, but there they are, fixing my wing, going quite quick out. So I was really determined to just push hard. So I was on rich mix, wasn't careful with the throttle. I got a little bit of oversteer there, and I had more, and then I hit the wall, broke my front and right wing. So I was like, I might as well retire. There's no way I can get back. No way I can even get near any points, nothing. So just retired from the session. There was no point really, because even if I did try, it was too much of a gap really. So even when I had to pit again, and I had even more damage, so I had to go around another lap. So it would have even been more worse to trample around for the rest of the race, and stay being lapped all the time. So I thought I might as well retire from the session. So as you can see, Ferrari win, Hamilton second, Bottas third. As you can see the confirmations there. Nico finishes 13th. Well, we finished dead last with 3 penalties. 3. Oh wow, that was so appalling. 3 penalties, 9 seconds worth of penalties. But you will see me not really get any penalties now, so I'll upgrade, not upgrade it, but you know, change my driving style, not turning in too early and stuff like that. So I'm a bit quicker and, you know, more consistent. So Nico's now beating us on the rivalry, so 4-2, which is quite bad, and we lose most of what we gained earlier, the reputation level. So it's not really good. So now we're gonna wait for this, and then here comes Jonathan.
Is this the one?
Indeed it is. And this is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive some of his cars.
Well, not quite my cars, per se, but a mere detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing them myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral G's, you know? The old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. And that's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. And I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Make our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. So consider this a formal invitation. And I'll see you at the track.
Now, if you'd just like to step into my office, I'd like to go over those contract revisions we discussed on the phone before.
So now we get to choose what we get to do, and I went for the overtake challenge at Britain Short, because even though Suzuka is my favourite circuit, I preferred this one. I wanted to drive the Williams really bad, even though the Renault is one of my favourite ones, so and also I'll be doing it for the team, so it would have been kind of better to go with the Renault, but you know, having sometimes to choose. So now we're going on to the invitational event, and we're going straight onto it. So I'm showing the whole 4 minutes now, so this is going to be straight until the end. So you might see a bit, as you can see, I'm not used to because I have never driven a classic car. I've only driven it a few times. No, I've barely driven it around this track, so it's really, really difficult for me. So I'm trying my best to do as well as I can. As you can see, I'm struggling with the wheel there, turning a bit early and having so much oversteer, trying to control it. So I'm going down the straight, trying to get the slipstream from the car ahead. Now we're braking quite late and take the inside lane, and I don't think there was any contact there. It was quite a clean overtake there, so if there was contact it would have been shown by now, but there wasn't any contact. So here we go through the penultimate corner, going onto the final corner now, having a bit of oversteer there. So you can see even more, and I'm even clipping the curb really hard, so you can tell by everything I'm doing now, except from there, but you can tell I'm struggling a lot with this car, so, and the track, because I've barely driven on Silverstone, so I'm still practicing. So hopefully when we get to Silverstone I'll be way better than before. So as we go through that corner, taking it quite nicely actually, to be honest. So literally every time I get an exit from there, I always get oversteer. So every time I exit there, you'll see oversteer every single time. So go down the inside of this car, having a bit of contact with him. As you can see, it comes up now, warning collision with the Kaifman. So as we go into this corner, trying to overtake Sarvi, but not having the momentum, trying to get a good exit, but having a bit of oversteer, so having to control it, having some oversteer there, but we do get quite a decent exit actually, to be honest. So putting up into Rich Mix, going down the inside, braking later than him. I think we did make some contact, just a little bit, and then having a bit of oversteer there, but not that much. Nobody is really affected that much. So here we go on to one of the penultimate lap actually. No, actually after this will be the penultimate lap, because we have 1 minute to go and the lap's about 50 seconds or so. So here we are trying to gain on, what's his name, Mikuleski. So hit the back of him because we couldn't control, he broke a little bit too early and we had to cut the corner kind of a bit. So I did get a warning of collision there, so I have about 4 collisions today, so not very clean driving in the classic cars. So here we just have the strength to tackle the car. So braking at the 50-meter board, taking the corner really nicely there, braking at the 100-meter board, going for a dive and a half. No contact there, I think, unless it shows, but I don't think we made contact there. It was quite clean overtake. Yeah, we did make contact, and as you can see, going through the corner, and we have overstay. As I said, every time we go through that corner, always have overstay. So as we go onto this straight, braking very late, trying to get past him cleanly, but he turned in a little bit early, and as you can see, one in collision with that guy. So braking at the 100-meter board, trying to close him, but turned a little bit too early, so I didn't get the momentum and I got off track. So here I was really eager to pass him, even though I knew it wouldn't even matter if I passed him. So that's what I did. I didn't even think about braking for this corner. I went flat out, went through the curb, and I didn't realise that the sound was there, and I, didn't get to do the overtake. So guys, this will be the end of the video today. Hope you like it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and the FF1 is out.